I'm Jason.
And I'm Rae.
And we're the Getaway Couple.
You know what? We'll do it this time. Anyway, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time visiting. We have officially been on the road 6 months. It was definitely a rough start for us, but we have made it through 12 states. I don't even know how many miles. We started in California and we are now currently in Pass Christian, Mississippi on a very beautiful RV resort, if you couldn't tell. Like I said, we had a rough start and I think that was pretty discouraging for me especially. I had a rough adjustment period and getting used to this lifestyle and learning everything that goes with this lifestyle. And no matter how long you read and watch YouTube and watch other people go through it, there's just some things that you have to learn for yourself. So we went through that process. I'd say we started feeling comfortable around 3 months, and now I feel great. I'm pretty relaxed now. I was a very high-strung person, and I still am pretty high-strung, but like on the scale, I'm like down here instead of like way over here. I had a rough time in the beginning with some anxiety and stress and just wasn't really sure we made the right decision, but I'd have to say I am doing a lot better with that as well. My anxiety, I'd have to say, is pretty much gone, and I realized a lot of it was just tied to learning so many new things at once and trying to move such a giant fifth wheel. I mean, we bought like the biggest you can buy and we'd never RV'd before, so just moving days were very stressful. So now we have it down. We're still learning, we still consider ourselves newbies, but feeling pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was an easier adjustment for me because in computer security, I'm constantly learning anyway. And so this was just something else to learn. So I'm able to kind of adapt. And I'm not a very high-strung person. I'm very laid back on the outside, at least for the most part. So it was a little easier for me. I think the things that I needed to adjust to were more about changing, like getting into a routine. Like everyone always praises not having a routine when you're on the road, which is great. I mean, having the freedom to do what you want, but I still think, having a routine isn't like a negative thing. Even if it's, we go to a different grocery store every week, we don't know where anything is, but making sure we go to the grocery store every week is part of our routine, and I think has made, this life easier.
Implementing a routine has definitely helped both of us, and I would say that if you're looking forward to throwing your routine out the window, maybe don't.
Or do, and then when you start to feel a little stressed and overwhelmed, just look back to creating a routine, even if it's something as simple as getting coffee and going for a walk in the morning.
Yeah, structure's good, people. Structure's good.
The hardest thing for me is still just the driving days. Before we moved out of the house, I wouldn't have ever thought about driving like 200 miles every weekend, 300 miles every weekend.
Yeah.
But now it's just what we do because we move weekly. Driving with the trailer, even though it's more stressful and you need to pay attention like the entire time, so I can't drive like 8 hours. 2 to 3 hours every weekend isn't anything.
No, and we try not to do more than 250 miles per trip, just because, again, like we said, we do move once a week, so driving 250 miles every week can be taxing, especially with Jason still working full-time, so that's one whole day taken away from his weekend. So I know I've said this before, but I'm adamant I want to start learning, and I need to like help you with that stress. Someone just started blasting music behind us, so we're gonna turn the camera because our shotgun mic is pointing right at that, and instead of you having to listen to their rock music as well, we're just gonna turn away. that's a little better. Lighting's not perfect, but I think you guys can deal. So, anyway, yes, driving days, I want to start learning. That's that. We actually threw it out there on a couple of our different social media platforms and said, hey, ask us questions. We're getting ready to film our 6-month update video, and we got some responses back. So we're gonna try and go through these questions as fast as possible. Some of them we could give like really lengthy answers, but we don't want this video being 30 minutes, so we'll give you a high-level overview, and then if you do want more details, just let us know in the comments below and we'll write back to you that way. So, the first question is, was wondering if you could do a review of your thoughts on the Solitude and how it's holding up. So, this is actually perfect changing the view, because here's our Solitude. And I'd say it's holding up well.
Definitely didn't know what to think, you know, never had a trailer before, but anything that we've had issues with have been minor. A couple things we're going to be getting fixed, but we haven't had any major issues.
No.
So.
And we move so quickly that we found it's harder to get warranty work done, because you need to take it to the shop, they need to diagnose it, they need to get approval from Grand Design, which, I mean, this part's pretty quick, but if you do need to order parts, we've been told that Grand Design will work with you to get those shipped out faster, you know, and be more accommodating to your schedule. So we actually have one point of contact at Grand Design that we're working with right now, and we're planning on putting our RV in the shop, and we've already told him we'll need your help if we do need any parts. So it's great to work with one person instead of having to call a customer service center and just continuously like repeat your story or what you need. So we'll probably do another update video about that and how the whole warranty process worked once we've been through it. So yeah.
But so far,
so good.
Yeah.
So the next question is, how does the res handle on the road with all of that storage, potential weight in the rear of the unit? What do you store in the back?
So that was something that concerned me when we first got it too, because, you know, the majority, that whole tray thing can hold 800 pounds. And I mean, the one downside of the res is probably the storage capacity. It can only hold about 2,200 pounds. So for us, we just don't really put a lot of heavy stuff in the back, right? I watched the video where they show like the trailer fishtailing when they put weights on the back. And so we put anything that's heavy in our back storage closer to the front where the wheels are. And then anything that's like actually heavy, like tools and ladder, we put in our front storage,
which is right under the hitch.
Yeah, so we have a couple, like our tent or our easy up and our chairs go in the back storage. Just a lot of lightweight stuff, extra blankets, some books. In our far back storage, like the main pull-out tray, we keep stuff for our e-commerce business, which it's all very,
it's not heavy.
Yeah, it's maybe like 100 pounds, if that. But yeah, it's something we just pay attention to. We haven't had any issues at all. I mean, it's heavy, like as a trailer goes. So, you know, 100 pounds here or there isn't going to really change the towing dynamics. I also try to keep stuff on the door side because the fridge is on the curb side.
That's just something to be mindful about with any trailer. And that fishtail video he's talking about, I don't even think it was a Grand Design, but it was just a poorly weighted trailer, and so we got that image in our head of this trailer like fishtailing on the road, and it scared us. So we watched a lot of videos and how-tos to make sure that you're towing safely. So we definitely recommend that too if you're getting ready to hit the road, is to watch these types of videos and, you know, be mindful of where you're putting weight in your rig. All right, the next question is, as you're moving about the country, do you find you're too big for some of the places you want to go? No, but that is because we did thorough research of where we wanted to go and what lengths you need to be before going into a national park or a state park, and every single one is different. but we opted for space over staying in national parks. And so we knew right off the bat before we even bought our rig that we will be too long to stay in national parks. And so that's fine.
I would say in addition, I mean, we're not going to national parks anyway because most don't have great service and I still work. So, you know, while I would love to stay, you know, at the base of the Tetons, you don't get great service there, so I wouldn't be able to work.
There's always RV resorts right outside of national parks, and they can easily, we've never been to a place that couldn't accommodate us, and obviously when we're looking to book places, we only look for places that can accommodate us, but it has not been a problem. We've never had to not go somewhere because they couldn't accommodate the size of our rig, so I wouldn't worry about length. Someone else asked, have you replaced any suspension parts or upgraded it as far as leaf springs, axles, tires, shackles?
No, although every single time I see a post on Facebook, I pretty much every week I go out and check. We got our leaf springs. They still have some bow to them, which is good. They're not flattened like some of the Facebook pictures. I would love to upgrade our suspension, right? Something is always better. I would love to upgrade from 7,000 pound axles to 8,000 pound axles. You know, those are all on the list of future upgrades. Our leaf springs are a little rusty, so I check them pretty much every week. They arrived rusty from the dealer. We got our rig in California in July, and it was directly from Grand Design. Apparently there was like a free snowstorm in Colorado that our rig got towed through. So anyway, so I still check out the leaf springs every week and the suspension before we go. It's just another check.
But yes, those are upgrades we want to make. We just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the absolute need, but I'm a big preventative maintenance person, so I'll probably upgrade sooner rather than later.
How are you liking Thousand Trails? So we do have a video on Thousand Trails and which membership we got, and in short, we really like Thousand Trails, and if you use it enough, it is well worth it. Some people only full-time with their Thousand Trails membership.
I'm working on a blog post right now breaking down how much we've spent in Thousand Trails and not Thousand Trails over our first 6 months, and so far with our usage, the numbers are looking pretty good. So just go to getawaycouple.com/Thousand Trails, and it'll be all of our Thousand Trails posts, so you can check that one out there.
Yes. Do you crate your dog, and have you found a good place to put it out of the way? So we're gonna be pretty useless with this answer because we don't crate her. We did. She was crate trained growing up, and our trainer taught us how to uncrate train her, and she is totally fine now. She was crated because she was a very bad girl as a puppy, but now she is a very good girl for the most part. So we trust her in the RV whenever we leave. If we can take her, we do. For short trips like grocery stores, we leave her at home. But other than that, I think that people worry about bringing their dog in the RV, and it's something that we worried about a lot, and it's just been so easy with her, and probably easier because we don't have a crate, but if we did, we just throw it in our under storage. Okay, this person asked a couple different questions. What's the true cost of full-time camping at various campsites? How often do you empty your tanks? And what are the campsites you liked and didn't? Okay, so let's start with the first one. What's the true cost of full-time camping?
So I guess it depends, right? So I'm actually, if you're interested in averages for camping, that same Thousand Trails post that I was just talking about breaks down Thousand Trails versus not Thousand Trails. So you can see our averages there. But right now, I think we've spent about $5,000 when not in the Thousand Trails system.
Yeah.
Which is pretty expensive. I think it's about 40 something a day, but we've also stayed outside like national parks like Yellowstone, which are a little bit more expensive.
But a rig our size, an average campground is $40 to $45 plus a night. I mean, Yellowstone was trying to charge, $85. We found another one, thankfully, for a lot cheaper. And already looking into the Florida Keys, there are $125 a night. So that's where Thousand Trails is saving us money when we do stay there because we've already invested in there. So
so check out that post for the actual breakdown. And
and then how often do you empty your tanks? Once a week?
Yeah, sometimes gray water, like if we take, if it's someplace dirtier or we got to take more showers, or rainy or something, we'll empty our gray water more, like maybe twice a week. But the Solitude has huge tanks, so
once a week.
Once a week,
definitely. Campsites you liked and didn't. I think I've liked everywhere we've gone. Like nothing is jumping to the forefront of my mind for something we didn't like.
Yeah, I think majority of it. I mean, there's nothing that's been like absolutely will never come back here. Maybe Moab's campsite, but that's more
it was just
people
crowded.
It
was very crowded. So I guess Moab we'd use a different campground than the one we
because there's more options.
But the owner was nice and she fit us in, but we didn't like their setup. So the way they had their sites were very, very close together.
Yeah, the reviews online definitely show like which ones are good and which ones are bad, and we don't really go to anywhere has bad reviews.
No.
So.
And I'd say we're not that picky either.
Yeah.
Because some of these reviews that people are like bashing a campground for just seem ridiculous to me. So we're not that picky, but you'd have to do a lot to like upset us and make us like never come back to your campground.
Exactly.
But I mean, we have a whole section on campground reviews too if you actually want to see anywhere we've stayed. What have you done regarding health insurance?
We have a U.S. Health Group insurance plan that uses the Cigna PPO. We got it through Portia, Lavigne.
I think it's D. Lavigne.
Lavigne.
Portia de Lavigne.
We'll link her down below. She's great. She gave us a bunch of different options that we could choose from. We chose this because it's the most like a conventional, what we're used to from our work plans. We just used it when we were in San Antonio over the holidays because Rae wanted to go to a dermatologist. We just looked up a in-network dermatologist, which we found one pretty easily that had good reviews. We actually got to experience like the whole gamut because Rae
had to get blood work done.
She got 4 prescriptions and 2 were like specialty, so they went out to a mail service to deliver them to us, and then 2 we just picked up from CVS. We have had no problem with it. I think we spent a total of like $50 out of pocket for
that whole thing.
All the prescriptions, all of it. No complaints with U.S. Health Group.
We have, the whole kit and caboodle, but you can get a lot less health insurance for cheaper than what we're paying too. So, The last question is, what do you miss most since going full-time, and what do you love the most since going full-time? I mean, the obvious answer is family and friends. We really miss our family and friends, and we just took a trip back to LA for a wedding, and it was really nice to see everyone after being gone for 6 months. I'd say we also miss, like when we were back in LA, we went and ate at the restaurants that we were really missing. So certain foods and, things that you're used to in your local area, you'll miss. But
I still, to this day, even though we just had it, I crave sugarfish sushi in Los Angeles. So if you're ever there, you absolutely have to try it. It's addicting.
And the second part of that question was, what do you love the most about going full-time? And I guess I'd have to say just the change of scenery. I don't do well with change, actually, so maybe that's why I had a really hard time adjusting to this lifestyle, but now it's my favorite part. Like we were just talking about this yesterday, like you fall in love with an area and you're like, I could see myself being here, and then you're sad to leave and you pack up and you go to the next location, and then that same process happens all over again. And so it's been really eye-opening for me personally to see all of these different states and cities, and you have an image in your head based on movies or stereotypes or what other people tell you about their experience in an area, and then you go there yourself and it's just nothing like what you thought. Like, that is such a fun experience for me. I love discovering a place on my own and not from someone else's viewpoint.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been kind of eye-opening going to the non-touristy areas. Like, we're in Pass Christian, Mississippi, which is on the Mississippi coast, but it's not like, oh, top 10 places to see in Mississippi.
Right.
We're here on this beautiful, like, river, which, being from Los Angeles, it's a desert. We don't have rivers throughout the city. Like, the LA River is, like, where all the drains go to head out to the ocean.
Yeah.
So I love being on the water, and the opportunity to be on the water every week or every other week is just amazing.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but like, we had no expectations for Mississippi. I actually wasn't really even excited for it when we were planning our route. I was like, let's just blow through Mississippi and, you know, get over to Florida. And Jason was like, no, let's stop, let's stay there for the week, let's shorten the drive. And I'm so glad we did, because it is so beautiful here. This resort is so laid back. Everyone's super friendly. We drove down to the beach yesterday and they have white sand beaches here. Like, it's beautiful. So I'm glad that we didn't miss out on this.
Yeah.
All right, well, those are all of the questions that we received. If you have any additional questions, let us know in the comments section below and we will get back to you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join our getaway gang. We will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
What am I supposed to do with this arm?
I don't know. You said to move over.
Okay.
I'm Jason.
Wasn't ready.
I'm Jason.
I wasn't.
What the? I'm Jason.
I'm Rae.
And we're the Getaway Couple. Rae hates that.
Yeah.
Are you talking? You got it. I'll just look at the camera and smile.
You say it again. Say the intro again. Anything else?
Nope.
You love?
No. You.
Thanks. I love you too.
I love getting to hang out with my wife every day.